Hello and welcome to today's video, which is gonna end up being a room tour. I know I said last time that my video would be something else, but unfortunately I wasn't able to get the video sorted, so this is kind of like a filling in slash doing something I wanted to do, slash getting ready for the next video, which kind of is going to be something pretty cool, which I'm pretty excited for you to do. So it's going to be kind of like a room tour, what I'm doing, what sort of things I have, and all that sort of jazz. And you will come along the way. I will show you the areas and stuff like that. It's just this square here, and don't worry about that pillow in the background. We'll get to it eventually. First off, you've seen this multiple times. It's my signed posters. I'll get a better look at it. Like, each of them signed by the English voice actor for the character. So this one was done by Ian Sinclair. This one was done by Sonny Stewart, and he did a little picture of Usopp. This one was done by Christopher Sabbath. Unfortunately, he didn't do anything like the others, like a little quote or something. This one here was done by Colin Clinkenbeard. Yep. And this one was done by Lucy Christian. And this one here was done by Eric Vale. As you can see, that one says "To Find the All Blue." It's something Sanji's wants to do. However, due to recent controversy and stuff like that, we don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah, this has been in my background a lot. I've always said I want to try and get all of these signed. Robin, Chopper, Frankie. Sorry about Ace. He don't worry. I'll find something else for him to sign. And Jinbei. By the way, they all used to be up here. You can see the blue tack up there, and it used to be up there. So yeah. What else? Okay, I'm gonna stop it here for a minute, and I'm gonna go grab that because it's a bunch of DVDs. Yes, I have it here, but I've been doing some sorting out with my cupboard, so I'll just grab these and show you them. I might be on the floor in the next bit, but you know, you never know. So this thing here holds, it holds a bunch of DVDs. I'm not going to count them because that would be a waste of time. I could have, but as you can see from some of the titles, you can see what I'm into, like Adventure Time, Ben 10, the first episode, the first series and the last series, and then the first series of the rebooted series, and then we've got a bunch of Spider-Man. There's Super Mario Brothers, all these sorts of things. These are the films and stuff I've watched that aren't linked to superheroes. Well, some of them are, but like Shazam and all that. But my main thing being Marvel, which I should move on to. But I'm gonna tell you, if you want something like this that can hold a bunch of them, go to Temu. It's actually a pretty good site. I got this for less than £6. Okay, I'm gonna show you my Marvel stuff. Ignore the top row. I ignore that, and that's something I'll come back to. But from how do I? Because I've just realised there's a section here for Naruto. Yes. However, I will spin it around and you'll see what I mean. So here we have four Funko Pop. You'll see a bunch of them are linked with the movies and stuff like that. And some I did have to move over there, but we'll get to that in a bit. But we have a 4 Funko Pop, we have 4 Love and Thunder, Eternals, Shang-Chi and Black Widow. I'll tell you this, however, I did have them all in chronological order from Iron Man all the way down to Captain America Brave New World, which is recently released on Disney Plus and DVD. So if you want to grab that, go to your local DVD store or buy it online. Do whatever you want. This isn't a promotion. But there's other stuff as well. Here we have Spider-Man. It is supporting the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And we have Guardians of the Galaxy. As you see, this is the narrative stuff, but we'll get into that later. I did put this a bit awkwardly, but yeah, I wanted this one in with other Spider-Man ones as well. But we have Spider-Man, and the only Captain America one I have, even though I am a big fan, I like the original trilogy. We have the What If zombie, and it being a Funko exclusive. And then we have... if you saw my first... if you've seen any of my TikTok videos, this has shown up. And we have Iron Man, Hulk... Iron Man 2, 3, Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, 3's up here, and yeah, I didn't really have anything else to do, so I just stacked them all together, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and then we have Doctor Strange with Multiverse of Madness, original Doctor Strange and Infinity War, because he played a big part in it until he killed Tony, which wasn't really good, to be honest. And then over here we have Anthony Mackie, a special edition from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Unfortunately, I don't have the DVD for any of the TV series because I watch it on Disney Plus, and we have Avengers Assemble, Age of Ultron, and Endgame. This is what it looks like. I really loved it. It's one of my top 10 movies. Speaking of top 10 movies, No Way Home is one of mine. This is Peter, a special edition. Hold on, let's see. I always like to look at the back, because if it's just him on the back, then it's actually pretty good. Yeah, Far From Home fell, just like its box. We have Electro with Deadpool and Wolverine, and Captain America Brave New World. Deadpool and Wolverine, I've got to say, one of my top 5 MCU movies. I'm not really a big fan of the original Deadpool and stuff, but we do have Kamala Khan, who is supporting the Marvels and Miss Marvel. And now I think we'll just go up and talk about my anime DVDs. Okay, so my anime DVDs are One Piece, Naruto, and I do have one for Pokemon, but I put that in the Pokemon section for my thing. So yeah, I'll flip it around. I've got I've got what are they called? Yeah, I've got collection 1 to 7, which is episode 1 to. Damn it! I haven't opened it, but it's it's probably Skypiea era, and also Film Red. The first One Piece film I saw in the cinema, dubbed as well, which was very interesting. In that sort of one, I was originally going to see it at my local cinema, but I had to go to the next best place. I won't tell you where because obviously I don't want people following me around and stuff. Anyway, let's the Naruto, yeah. Will of Fire, which I've got to say is one of my favourite Naruto movies. And we have The Lost Tower, young Kakashi, Minato, I believe that's Choji's father, and some other people. Something to do with time travel. And we have Naruto Shippuden box set 33. It seems like it contains some of the war era. But one of my favourite ones is the final box set, 487 to 500, which is the wedding episode where it's the things leading up to Naruto and Hinata's wedding, where everyone's like, we need a gift, we need this, we need that, and all that sort of thing, which I like. And I'll say this now. I'm not a big fan of Boruto. It's not doing so well at the moment. However, there was a couple of episodes which I believe were filler. Didn't involve Boruto whatsoever, but involved Kakashi and Guy and Mirai, who I actually like, and the episodes they were in, it was very cool. You got to see adult Choji, and there was some other people as well. I haven't watched it in a while, so it's quite a long thing. Anyway, you may have noticed I have a Pokeball, a Great Ball, an Ultra Ball, a Lure Ball, and a Premier Ball. These all did contain Pokemon cards at one point. Also, you know, the McDonald's X Minecraft movie, which, it's okay. I didn't really mind it. And in the back there, you have the Supersonic and Shadow. I did really want the Super Shadow, but because it was in Happy Meals, I didn't want to spend most of my money on Happy Meals. And there's also a drawing my mum's friend did of Captain America for my birthday, which, actually, no, I won't be able to do that. Never mind. Don't worry. I was gonna say I get signed by Chris Evans, but, you know, we don't know what's going on. Let's move over to this shelf here. Now, this shelf I've deemed my way of editing things. So down here, I have socks on, don't worry, is my Pokemon. Just above that is my PlayStation. Yep, I have a PS5. Get that remote out of here. Yeah, we'll figure that out later. Here is One Piece, plus this one, and the DVDs, which I couldn't fit on there. And above there, probably where I keep most of the manga, apart from this one, JoJo's. I haven't got any figures yet, but I have got one coming at the end of November, and we'll talk more about that when we get to the One Piece one. This is kind of like the miscellaneous slash whatever. Yeah, that's something I'm gonna talk to you about. And finally, we have the Nintendo one, and then at the top, Kakashi versus Obito Funko Pop. Fun fact, I want to try and get signed by both Kakashi and Obito, and I want them to sign the sides so that I can still have the main thing there. So that would be an interesting thing. Speaking of which, I've got a pad here of voice actors slash people I'd like to meet. So okay, I'm gonna put you somewhere, and we'll go from the top to the bottom, and hopefully, yeah. Okay, I've got you on the JoJo shelf at the moment, but when we do come to this shelf, which will probably be the last one we do, we'll sort something out then. Don't worry, I was just kicking some costume around. Speaking of which, we're gonna get to my cosplays, if you've seen my MCM one. Okay, let's start. You know what this is? It's a Nintendo DS. And the cartridge inside is Super Mario Bros. Which I have the game to. This brings back so much memories. I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. I also have other DS games like Mario Kart DS. Yes, it looks new. That's because I brought it newly, so you don't need to talk about that. We have Ben 10 Protector of the Earth, and I do have some Pokemon ones, but we'll get to those in a bit. Next up, 3DS. No, this one's a 2DS because it's a 2DS XL. The game inside it's Mario and Sonic, I'm guessing. No, it's actually Pokemon X. Yeah, it's very cool. Yeah, but I do have other games for that. Like, I have Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2012 Electric Games, which I got from Kex, and I tried to sell it back to Kex, but they wouldn't have it. And New Super Mario Bros. 2. Yeah. Okay, next up, continuing, next, very sorry, my original 3DS. This is a 3DS. And as you can see, I had a Mario sticker I put on it, which I completely forgot about. And for some reason, it doesn't work. And this is the Mario case I got given. It holds 3 games at the front. Okay. So, after that, let's move on to the big thing. Yes. I'll show you this first because we have the games of the Wii's. I'll bring you here because it's easier. Down here. This isn't it. This is something else. Yep. This is the Wii U. With the Wii controllers, both black and white. Now, I've been keeping this because this could be something, but But there you go. That's what it looks like. Ah, crazy. But I've been keeping it because it's some pretty cool stuff. Sorry, yeah, in the bag is controllers and stuff. But yeah, and there's the TV remote I flung off. We'll figure that out later. Yeah, and adding on to that, sorry, whatever that box is, which we'll get to eventually. Yeah, we have some. I know I said it was Wii/Wii U. We have Wii Sports that came with the packaging, which I like. Wii Sports Resort, which is in the Wii U case. Some pretty cool games. Mario Galaxy 2. Mario and Sonic at the London Olympics. My favourite Olympics. Winter Olympics and Original Olympics. Mario Maker. New Super Mario Bros. U. And Mario Party 10. Also, I'm just realising how much Mario Brothers I have. You'll see when we get to the Switch stuff. Speaking of Switch stuff, yes, I had, may I say, I had the Switch Lite, and then I got these bastards. Here we are. And then I got the Switch OLED, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet era. And then, most recently, thankfully, and also the reason I haven't been posting too much videos, the Switch 2 with Mario Kart downloaded onto it. Yeah, I also got the Switch 2 holder with it, which I am agreeing is kind of good at the moment. But that's as far as it's gone. This one's Pokemon, by the way, which we will eventually get to. I think this video is going to actually be one of my longest ones. Okay, Switch games. This is besides this is as well as the Pokemon games. Smash Bros. Ultimate, Mario Odyssey, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Luigi's Mansion 3. Okay, I'm saying this now because I don't know if this will happen, but if on the Switch 2 we're going to get the Game Boy game Luigi's Mansion HD, if you want me to, I can do a Luigi's Mansion trilogy run alongside my other things I'm doing. Maybe do it as a live stream or something. And we have Mario Maker 2 and Mario and Sonic at the the Tokyo Olympic Games, which sadly is the final one because the company they are working with is not doing too good. And obviously I get the Switch 2 box because I'm a badass. Yeah. But let's move on to my miscellaneous shelf. We're now going to go for the miscellaneous / Funko. This is a spray. This is I'm sorry, I can't hold myself together. It's like the most natural thing that you would want in a room that smells bad. Speaking of which, I probably need to fill it up, but that's probably the most natural thing. We have a sake cup type thing. I haven't used it, I haven't drunk out of it, it's probably got webs inside. This thing that's meant to hold 1,000 games but doesn't because it's utter crap. This is some stuff I got from Comic-Con. I got Spider-Man 2 signed, but it was signed on the inside. Because I only noticed this when I took it out. So he signed this bit here, and it's the VA for Miles Morales. But I love how he's done it. He did have to change colour halfway through, but he apologised to me, and I said it was so nice meeting him and all that jazz, you know, as you do. And speaking of which, there is going to be a Comic-Con video this coming October. My last one didn't do too well, but yeah. This one is for a friend. I haven't had a chance to meet him yet to give it to him, but it's Minecraft Story Mode for the Xbox. Yeah. If you know Game of Subs or G Fuel or anything along there, this is Bankai, which is basically the same sort of thing. You see all the powdery stuff and all that in there, and I've got 2 of them. I've also got my savers jar, which I keep my money in for Comic-Con, and this one has Prince Charles on it, which is kind of amazing. My first ever one, but unfortunately it's probably going to go away to some sword guy. Yep, we have the hot weather. Yes. I brought this from a crummy Temu store. However, it's still going strong to today. We also have some pencils and stuff. I like to, and pens. This one I kind of stole from Kex. I like to create little stories and stuff. So I've been working on this thing I'm gonna call Joseph into the JoJo verse. And also I've been recently planning out one that is not copying per se, but inspired by One Piece, called The Treasurers. And yeah, we have Naruto Sage Mode, signed by Miley Flanagan. To Joseph, believe it, Miley Flanagan, aka Naruto, which I like. I also got this Vanny thing plushed. I can't remember what her voice actor was called, but I got it done Birmingham last year. But it was pretty cool. I did do a video on that one specifically. Yeah. I don't know if this is a mouse mat or something like that, but that's something that's come there. We also have Yuji Itadori, which I could probably get signed by the VA, but I'm not sure if I should or not. That's the thing. We also have Scar from the live action Lion King. This was one of those like pop bundles that I used to be into. I also got Naruto. Yeah. If you remember, I wanted I wanted to get the marriage Naruto one signed by Miley Flanagan, but I was like, no, I don't need. It was the same with Luffy. I had a Gear 5 Funko Pop, which will probably come up after this. I was thinking maybe I'll get that signed, but no. We also have a glow in the dark Sonic. Sorry, trying to put Funkos away and show you them is kind of hard at the same time. I think I might try and get this signed by either Ben Schwartz or I can't remember the VA for Sonic, but him. We also have another Make-A-Wish, but this time mini, and that's practically everything on my abandonment shelf pen. So yes, we're not gonna do JoJo's because yeah. But as you saw, it was mostly manga and stuff. Let's move on to the One Piece shelf. As you've seen before, my DVDs are over here, the wanted posters are here and here. I'll show you this now, but this is a Naruto poster. I was thinking maybe getting that signed, but I wasn't sure about it or not. So let's just put you back. I don't know if I'll see them again, but let's start. This is Shanks's wanted poster that I laminated. I could have got it signed before that, but you know, you don't know. This is a Funko Pop I opened because this was one of my first ones. I liked it, and I was like, oh, I took my full one out. It might have a bobbly head too. So I took it out, and then obviously that's what it is. But nowadays I kind of keep mine either in the box or yeah, I mostly keep it in the box for this one. This was this is my first time doing a gachapan type thing, and I got Tony Chopper. So he comes in his fruit, and he's this little figure. Anyway, he is very small. He's the size of my half my finger. Anyway, I wanted to ask you guys, what is your opinion on Tony Chopper in live action? I have to say, it looks good. There are people who are like, no, I don't like it. It's stupid. Why are they doing this? I, on the other hand, am like, yeah, I think this is the best they could have done. But anyway, he comes in his devil fruit. There were other ones, and I was hoping for a little someone known as Robin. Yeah, but he comes in his human fruit. Yeah, well, not really. This looks like the gum fruit, but coloured red, and you can see him in there. Obviously, One Piece Odyssey. one of my favorite games. It's pretty awesome. I love it, and I hope they do well with the next one. So yeah, we'll get into the Funkos now. Yeah, we have Gear 5th Luffy, which I wanted to get signed but didn't. If Colin Clinkenbeard does come to a Comic-Con again, or I do go to a Comic-Con where she is, I might get her to sign this, and maybe she'll say something funny like ha 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 ha. Also, oh yeah, I forgot about these on the top. Mini figures of both the live action, both Luffy and Usopp from the live action. There were others, but I didn't get them. I didn't really get them. They might do them again when season 2 comes out, which I am looking forward to. And then obviously another anime one where I wanted Frankie. But yeah, that's those small figures done. We have Shanks, which yeah, pretty cool. This was gifted to me by a friend, a Luffy Red Hawk form. Yeah, he looks pretty awesome. It's a special edition, and yeah, maybe like I was gonna. It was a choice between Gear 5th and Red Hawk, but I think Gear 5th is back there. I'll show you in a bit. Gear 5th is more well known, so I was like, yeah, and that's a possibility to get that signed. And yeah, this one I got at my most recent Comic-Con visit, Frankie. Although I do feel like they could have maybe... No, I'm happy with this one. I just feel like maybe they could have done the robot Frankie. No. What's it called? Super Frank. General Frankie. There we go. They could have done General Frankie as a super rather than an actual Funko rather than that. Okay, well, this one of my favorite figures of Nico Robin. Yeah, I want to get her as a 2. But she's my favorite waifu, and it's Egghead as well. I love the Egghead style. Pretty cool. Next up we have... Wait a moment. My friend got me into these, and I am happy he did, because I am telling you, I've got some coming soon, so I'll go and get these. But this is SH Figure Arts Ace. Basically what it is, I'll just show you like that. They come with multiple faces, things like that, and it's the sort of thing, you know, people would use for like animation and all that. And if you saw the green hair, you may know I also have Zoro, and from, if you stay in my Instagram, Luffy. So I have Luffy, Zoro and Ace. Luffy and Zoro are from Romance Dawn collection. Ace is his own one. He does have the tattoo, not the original one, because that was absolutely racist, but you know, you get the deal. And they all have things as well. Like, this is just one item. you get separate swords in him. I may do a separate video going through SH figure arts and stuff like that when my Sabo one comes, and we may even get a look at Egghead Luffy. You never know. Anyway, yeah, those are those ones, and obviously, without going too deep into it, this is my manga collection so far. I'm from 99 all the way up to 108. Almost 100, almost 10 books. But I am hoping I do also have what Ichiro Oda was like before he started One Piece. So yeah. That would be another cool thing to do, to go through, take pictures of that and stuff. But anyway, we'll move on to my PlayStation one. Okay, I forgot to add this to the One Piece one, but I have Zoro's sword. This one is more like foam and stuff, because like, if you look closely, you can actually see that it's more foamy. Look, it's more foamy and bendy. Whereas my next one, and I am hoping to get a stand up in the back when I get some more money to place a couple of these on. And this is Shanks' sword. As you can see, less bendy and more sharp. Look. But I want to try and get one a four sword holster that holds the swords. Why do I feel like I'm about to explain something completely? But I want to try and get 4 swords. I've got one of Zoro's swords, which I'm happy with. I've got Shanks' sword. I want to try and get Brooks. And then instead of keeping them like, yeah, look, this is where I'm keeping. Yeah, just down here in this skinny little place. Instead of keeping them there, I want to try and like at least celebrate them, put them somewhere like around there, that area. That's kind of why there's a space there. I want to try and do something for that. Anyway, this will probably be the shortest shelf. We'll start off PS Vita games. Little Big Planet, one of my favourites, and Minecraft. Speaking of which, that is the next video. 100 days in Minecraft. We'll get more into that at the end of it, but yeah. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a surprise. PS Vita, Redback. PS Vita, Blackback. Why do I have 2 of them? Oh yeah, that's right, the first one doesn't work. And because the first one doesn't work, neither does the second one, because I could never find the charger, which is probably in there, but you know, why not? But that's the PS Vita. Obviously, as you know, I do have my good old friends, the PlayStation 5. So I can play games like I don't know, One Piece Odyssey, Security Breach, Guardians of the Galaxy, GTA 5, which I don't really play that much of, but Sackboy, and a PS4 game, Super Marvel Legends. Also, I have two of the controllers. This is what a PS5 controller is. You probably have one by now, but if not, that's what it looks like. Now we're going to move on to the Pokemon shelf. We'll start off with these. So, this isn't really the tin you'd be expecting. This is a Pokemon tin. That's a spoiler. But it holds a bunch of pins. Yeah, like this really cool, not cool Zoroark. There's a Pikachu one. And there's some other anime ones. There's Rillaboom, there you go. Shiny. Probably the first shiny badge. There you go. And some others, but I keep it in the box, and that's why it's down by the Pokemon stuff. As you saw, this, yes, I've kept it in that so that I can have pristine condition for when I go and grade it to get 10, hopefully. Following the theme of Charizard, I have this statue with a Charizard card in it. Pretty cool. And yeah, I have this as well. I can't remember what it's from the like Terrapagos special box thing, I believe. Yep. And here are the games. Many you already know. Scarlet. Let's Go Eevee. That's gonna be useful by the end of the Shield. Yeah. Sword. Diamond. Pearl. Arceus. And you're probably wondering, where's Violet and Pikachu? Well, guess what? I don't have money. And when I don't have money, I don't have games. Sun. Ultra Moon. Omega Ruby. X. So the black. And silver, which was the one that threw me back 75 quid. And you know how I said I had an anime movie? Well, here it is. But there's something you should know. Ash Ketchum actually signed it. She signed it and said, "I choose you, Joseph." And that was done as another gift by my good friend Sprangcord. You see him. No, never mind. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. And yes, I have Funkos of Pokemon. Okay, this. Okay, I'm trying to make every Pokemon card with a full art, filling out the entire Pokedex, and then obviously in this one it has all the big hit cards, and then the black ones are for shinies, which there isn't a lot of. Anyway, let's move on to some of my cosplays and probably other stuff. This bit is going to be a quick scan of the JoJo shelf. I know I said I was going to move on to other things, but I completely forgot that it was on the JoJo shelf. So let's scan through it. So we have JoJo's Part 1, 1 and 2, one with Zeppeli, one with him. Unfortunately, I'm missing 2 and 3, Part 2 and 3. But we do have one Diamond is Unbreakable. And we do have one of the best... No, yeah. One of the best arts. Josuke, Jotaro, Giorno, all with best stands. And this is Part 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 and 7. And then we have Stone Ocean. Wait. Yeah, so Stone Ocean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There are 8 and 9 out at this moment, but I don't have them. And I do want to save room for Steel Ball Run because it is going to be a big one. If not, I'll just probably empty this and make that an entire Steel Ball Run one. Have Johnny, Joestar, and all that sort of thing. Okay, I'm getting off topic. This is the Blu-ray of JoJo Part 1 and 2. That's the shelf. I'm gonna hopefully get more stuff for JoJo's. I know it's mostly manga and one DVD, but I want to try and get more. Hopefully, I will do that. Are you guys ready to see the cosplays? The first one is kind of easy. It's just Jotaro's jacket. I did have the shirt and stuff, but I couldn't find it. So, it's just the jacket. So, yeah, my bed's in the way. You can't like get a full sense of it, but there's JoJo. Yeah, this is. Let me see if I can find Jotaro in this. Where are they? Never mind. I don't look anything like him, so yeah, it's just the jacket and stuff. Yeah, the name all along here. I like how it says Jotaro and not just JoJo. Yeah, Kujo. Yeah, okay. Let me get changed into the next one, and we'll be ready. Okay. Now this one is kind of stupid because it was meant for at the end of school we all got to like dress up as a character we wanted to, and I chose 4. I didn't have the hair. I chose his Ragnarok one where he had his short hair and stuff, but this was the best I could do, and I have grown up a bit since then, so yeah, it is kind of, I don't know, maybe smallish. Yeah, plus I don't have any shoes and stuff, so yeah. Okay, this next one, I'm gonna be wearing a wig, so get ready. And another cape. So, yeah, here I am, dressed as, Redhead Shanks. Yeah, the wig doesn't really suit me. I've got the straw hat. I look more like Sanji than I do Shanks. My parents say I look like Shaggy, but I don't really see it. I say I look more like an actual anime character. Let's see if we can get the shorts in. Yeah, you see me. There you go. There's the shorts. Oh man. Yeah. I look like if Sanji ate the Shanks fruit. Yeah, but I've obviously got the red head. Yeah, but yeah, I tried my hardest. If you saw my MCM video, you would have seen I dressed like this, and I was just having a blast. I do think I look a lot. I don't have. Actually, I do have a reference. I look. Look. There's no scar. There's no scar because obviously like that. But also look at his forehead. Like look. Mine's covered up. Yeah, I to be honest with you, I look more like the live action one than the anime one. Anyway, what else? What else? I look like the vampire. I look like a vampire. Yeah. If you go from this here, you're like, oh, it's a vampire. Oh wait, no, it's red-haired Shanji. Okay, I got some stuff I want to show you back here. I'm gonna change out my clothes, put my regular ones back on. I hope you enjoyed looking at me like this. But I've got some stuff I want to show you in here. I've got the stuff at the back, and I may show you the stuff in my drawer. But this stuff kind of personal. Maybe I'll show you this specific drawer here, because the rest is clothes and underwear and stuff like that. But is that a... Oh no, that's something else. Okay, anyway, so I don't know why I go like that and I look like I'm part of the Harry Potter crew. I'm like, yeah, I'm now a wizard. Avada Kedavra. No, I'm an idiot who likes to dress up as Shanks. Emo Shanks. Goodbye. Okay, see you in a bit. Okay, so I'm out of that silly costume. Yeah, I'm back in my normal ones. So I'm going to show you my so-called comic collection. Some of you may have seen some of these before. Some of you may not have. So let's go through them. So we have the Civil War comics number 5. I'm not opening them for some reason. I'm not opening them because I don't want to really do that sort of thing. We have the Sinister Six, and that's kind of cool. Yeah. We have 2 What If Mickey things. So what if Mickey and friends went to Battleworld, which is where Secret Wars is headed, and what if Mickey and friends were part of the new Avengers lineup? We also have a Fantastic Four comic. That's pretty awesome. I like that. I am trying to collect. I like these ones mostly because it's a mix of Disney and stuff like that. But I also like Spider-Man, Captain America. The reason I got Civil War is because yeah, Civil War is actually a good comic. People, and Fantastic Four, I wanted to see what it was like before the new movie. X-Men. And my oldest one, Captain America, which I have opened but didn't really want to do anything with that. But it's Captain America versus the Punisher. and now those are my comics, and I'll take you over to my other figures. The three here were the SH Figure Arts. These ones were done by different companies, but they're still the same character. So like Robin, she's Egghead Robin, but she doesn't have like facial expressions and stuff like that. And as I said over here, Gear 4th. Hold on, let me just get a sip of Apple Tango. I like Apple Tango, it's actually good. Yeah. Yeah, so this is Gear 4th Luffy. He is let me just get this. He is actually pretty cool. He was my first ever figure. I liked One Piece and I was like, I wonder what figures there are. And then obviously my friend got me into SH Figure Arts. So I started checking around and I got these three, two from Comic Con, one from his one from a local area source. This is Zoro. This one I got from a local place called Mankind. Unfortunately, the one near us is shut down, so yeah. I do like this one. I want to try and get one Luffy Gear 4, one Zoro King of Hell, and then maybe a Sanji one. But there hasn't been a Sanji one yet. This is Yamato. Yes, she can come apart, look. Yeah, this is part of her. You put it back on. By the way, there's nothing under the skirt. It's just black. But when Nami comes, we'll have a look under there and we'll see some white. But yeah, that's about it. Yeah, that's those are the figures I wanted to show you. Yeah, I am thinking maybe I'll do a setup somewhere. Yeah, you can see her boobage, but that's about it. And yeah, she does come apart. She has a stand, but it's a small stand, so you attach it to the skirt, but it also goes into the foot, and that's how she's able to stand. So I guess we'll move on to my drawer and kind of the stuff on it. So let's do that. So let's start off with these notebooks. So these notebooks I've been using to catalogue some random things. So I've been yeah, I've been wanting to try and do like a movie, but I don't have like the resources and stuff. And then there's some stuff about Joseph into the JoJo verse. I was doing some Squid Game analysis, but didn't get too far because my maths isn't that thing. Yeah, and this was like questions and stuff about like job interviews and all that. Yeah, and there's more maths for some reason. I wanted to do a dual type run by myself. I don't really usually film my runs. Yeah, I was, you know how I did if I made Marvel movies, well, I was counting through them and saying this is how many these people have and stuff. And some runs I thought of for Pokemon ZA. The top one actually is happening in December. However, November might not get a video out, so because I don't know if I'll be recording this. Plus, I've got my job, and then I'm breaking down Shrek 2. And then I've just got some stuff in the back which is not appropriate for... Well, this is appropriate. It's a Pokemon British run. But the other stuff isn't really that appropriate. Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to try and do a Professor Rowan run as well. But, yeah. But that's all that's in this one. It's basically how I catalogue my ideas and what sort of things I do. My other one I keep for movie reviews. So I have 2024 movies, and I've got a list of them and the number I give them. So in 2024, my two highest rated movies were Deadpool and Wolverine and Sonic 3. And then my 2024 series, I had Squid Game Season 2 as top. 2025 movie ratings, Brave New World is up there. Hold on, Thunder... I forgot to write something in it, so I'll do that. And I'm gonna continue and keep doing that. Fresh. I've also done 2025 shows, and I've got some behind the scenes for my MIA runs. Yeah. So you'll get a trailer eventually, and that will show you what that's all about. This one, it catalogues my treasurers thing. So it's got the chapters, what happens in it, and stuff like that. And then, like, obviously after I finish that, I'm gonna like write it into a comic book like I've done for my JoJo Into the JoJoverse one. We also have a chess set. Well, I have a chess set, and inside it is gold and silver chess pieces that will definitely not fall out because look, they're so strong. Yeah, silver and gold. I might do a chess stream one time, see if you guys can beat me in a game of chess, and we'll see what goes on with that. This one, my favourite Pokemon. So there's a bunch of Pokemon and stuff that I like, and I've got all the way up to Gen 9 with Quaxley and all that jazz. As I was saying, some more behind the scenes on the MIA project, but I'm not allowed to give much away until I'm gonna release a trailer hopefully in September talking about it. And this I just wanted to come up with a One Piece themed restaurant, and they're all like different snacks and stuff. So we have like Luffy's meat bones, Big Mum's triple layer cake, Frankie burger, Sanji's spicy chicken legs, Zoro sliced sushi, Blackbeard's cherry pie, Buggy's circus sundae, and Silver Rayleigh's sour cheese cake. And I really do want to try something with this, but it's just like getting the products and doing all that sort of thing and doing all that, and it's all okay until you get to like needing the money to buy the buildings and all that sort of thing. Finally, this is a book of Pokemon trainer cards. I thought, yeah. You know that red book I showed you? That had most of these in. So it was like half this, half that, and then like, yeah. I was like, I need something to do with this because I'm obviously going to end up getting more, so I got a bigger binder. So, that's what's in, that's what was on top of my dresser. Now we're going to go inside it. I'm going to get some things out that I don't want you to see, but yeah. Action. So, we have some behind the scenes on my next video. I can show you this because it's the next video, but it's like prototypes of what it is. So, this is what I want the photo, what's the front screen thing to look like. This is obviously just a draft, and then we got the list of things I need to do, the list of items and all that sort of jazz, and that's for the next video. I have these cards. I want them all to be signed, so you got like good ones like Ace and stuff like that. This one is a packet of cards I already have, which I'm happy to give away if you want them. And then this one is the card holder. And speaking of that, I have 2 more packs, which I'm going to get in there once they're empty. Yeah, I have a whole stack of One Piece cards. Some... Yeah, so some of them are in sleeves, others aren't, because, yeah. Yeah, but, yeah, Boa Hancock, Vinsmoke Sanji, Jinbei, Stussy, Law, yeah. Yeah, my, yeah. I have a Rubik's Cube unfinished, obviously, because I'm dumb. I have 2 razors. I don't cut hair, so this is barely useless. These are other spares of One Piece cards. I have my Naruto one wallet, which doesn't have anything in. And we have my JoJo wallet, which contains 2 of my MCM passes. One from 2024 and one from last month. I'm keeping them all in here. Well, not all of them, but I'm keeping them in here so that it reminds me that I've gone to MCM and done all that jazz. Yeah. Another thing from MCM. A Deadpool $100 note made of gold, fake, obviously. Gamer subs. Yeah, gamer subs. This one, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to show that, but blowhole blast. And yeah, I have my Cobra Kai one, which I want to, yeah, as you can see, I'm going to keep track of my Minecraft 100 days inside it, so it will be useful in the next one. And that's about it for what's inside. I think I have just enough time to show you that drawer. Wait, no, that drawer, that one here, this one here, that one has my underwear in it. You don't need to know about that. This one right here, and that's basically similar to this one. I have some stuff from Comic-Con, I have all that jazz, and yeah, and then hopefully, if I edit all this video together correctly, it will go well, and it will be done by tomorrow, when you're seeing, well, maybe tomorrow when you're seeing this. It all depends on who's watching and why. Okay, one more and then we're stopping. And, well, obviously I got the secret behind me to show you. But we'll see how that goes. See you in a minute. So, I thought instead of going over there to sort it out and do that sort of thing, you can see where it's missing, but it's right here. We have Duracell battery. I have a lot of batteries for no reason. Like I think I used these for my Wii when I wanted to try it, but yeah. We also have glasses. I believe this is first time putting glasses on a video. In a video. Yes, I look very stupid. If you think I look handsome, then please tell me in the comments. I doubt anyone will say that, but you know, what do you get? I prefer like this. You can hit a guy with glasses, but you can't hit a guy with glasses. Yeah, a ruler, which I use for my lines and stuff in my comics, and I kind of do that because I was like, yeah, I'm kind of suspect. More stuff based on my book. I guess I will leave it here because those two are similar. We have some really cool card games, which I might do a card game evening, because like live stream evening when like no one's around. And we have One Piece and Naruto Against Humanity. And we have the Joker as a coin, another thing I got at Comic-Con Birmingham. Do you like it? The back says this. And yeah, these are apparently the mouse holders, but from what I've seen, it works without them. This is four. Wait, no. Yeah, four different things. No, five. You know how some of my Funko Pops had like a cover around it? Well, this is where it's come from. These are all unfolded Funko holders. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna get into detail with that. I was stupid. We have another one, Batgirl. Yeah. We have here. We have a Kaido. Yeah, I have wanted posters for people who aren't the Straw Hats, but yeah, I might get people to sign them depending on it. Yeah, I've shown you this with the Boa Hancocker. Yeah, I have a DVD player for my laptop. Oh, speaking of which, this is my laptop. I don't know if I'm gonna get stopped for saying that, but it's gonna be crazy. We'll see what happens. We've got a bunch of play mats, Charizard, Shiny Eevee, Spider-Man. I can probably use those when we do Cards Against Humanity or something similar like that. I might like, you know, if we end up going to Birmingham and I'm by myself, I might do a little play thing for that. We got these glasses that, yeah, I look like I'm about to teach DT. You can kind of, I don't know why, I think it's the sun, it's like glaring in and touching that, but these are stupid and they should be shiny. And we have a coin of Street Fighter, very shiny, you can almost see me, but, and another reason I want to do card games, Marvel Top Trumps and One Piece Top Trumps. The Thousand Sunny is a Pokemon. Yeah, more batteries. Don't really need that. What's this? Oh, these are, yeah, Pokemon coins. Don't really need to talk about that. And the Sports Almanac from Back to the Future. And that's everything in those two drawers. We won't get into much about what's in the cupboards there because it's mostly junk, but you want to see something cool? It's Tsunade, and she has a bit of a you saw that, and if you know, you know. That's a body pillow. Here are some funny clips to end the video.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it. I 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 need it!
I didn't know Haribo had their own booster box. iToy, but London already has one of those.